How does the government shutdown impact my taxes? Great question. I know some of these came from some of our clients already. So yeah, the government impact, we don't know at the moment what is happening, right? So government has been going through this, and when you say government, I presume you mean the IRS, right? The government has been going through shutdowns and furloughs and laying people off. It's been a massive overhaul. There's, of course, rumors that Mr. Trump himself is going to completely shut down the IRS in full, which I'm not, the tariffs are going to pay the taxes. I'll believe it when I see it, right? But always a good place to start. So at the moment, what's happening? IRS trying to make telephone calls to the IRS to get notices cleaned up, anything like that. Really not happening. Wait times, we've seen wait times of anywhere from 5 hours to 12 hours, and then they hang up on you because the office closes at that time. We have not seen tax returns processed. So if there's paper filing tax returns, where like a human actually has to process the return, those returns we're not seeing them being processed. We're also seeing the IRS implemented an AI about a year ago, and we're seeing some really weird things coming out of the AI. So, for example, we've received copies of notices from 1996 saying, oh, yeah, you owe us money, or there's penalties or interest. Statutes closed after 3 years. So there's some very odd things. So one of the biggest things that we're recommending and telling to clients is that if you get a notice of communication or whatever, take it in a way, kind of take it with a grain of salt, unless you're expecting it, unless you know something is coming down the line. We've had multiple cases now where when we do finally get an agent or we're writing letters back to the IRS and we get a response, the response is, oh, I'm so sorry, that was a glitch. It wasn't meant for you. It's the wrong account, that kind of thing. Now, the other side of this, which is a little bit unfortunate, is if you actually need help from the IRS, there's no one to help, right? No, as I said, nobody's picking up the phone. So we have had a couple of cases where somebody was in the middle of working on, for example, like an offer and compromise or trying to get some penalties removed, something like that. There's just no response, none at all. And so as a taxpayer, you can, of course, make a choice. Well, I'm going to wait until the IRS opens and then try to have an argument, a discussion, whatever, about whatever the case is, or you can pay whatever the bill is and then try to argue it back when the IRS opens, which would, of course, minimize penalties and interest from that standpoint. So the one thing I would absolutely comment is you always respond. Even if the response is, hey, I need to talk to somebody and the IRS is closed, and so I'll call, I'm going to follow up with a letter every 30 days, you always respond.